Hello, my name is Llenas, and this is my presentation on the Gathering for Justice and their mission for Sociology 310. This is my introduction. In this presentation, we'll be learning about the Gathering for Justice and their efforts on ending child incarceration and eliminating racial inequities in the justice system. This is important because it is not uncommon for people of color to get misrepresented during legal matters and for people of color to get wrongfully convicted. An overview of this presentation. We'll begin with having a definition of systemic racism, followed by information about the Gathering for Justice organization, the impact that the organization has had, and then we'll discuss a publication and how it relates to the organization. Definition of systemic racism and its significance today. The quote is up here. It's from Fegan 2006. I won't say it right now because it's pretty long and short on time, but the significance of it is systemic racism has been established since older generations in our government and society and continues to create disparity in resources between different groups of people. This is significant because the Gathering for Justice is fighting to eliminate child incarcerations and racial inequities in the justice system, which are actually heavily rooted in systemic racism, or rather the other way around, systemic racism is heavily rooted in it and has a large impact in today's society. The Gathering for Justice was founded in 2005 by Harry Belafonte. Currently it's being led by Carmen Perez in 2010. They use Kingian nonviolence as a social application for change and civic engagement. Their values. The Gathering for Justice is the beloved community, grounded in dignity, justice, and liberation. I won't read the rest of them right now because we're already 2 minutes in and we only have 4 minutes, but here it is. In this slide, this is basically just a brief history of the Gathering for Justice, their origin, who created it, what their mission is. This is their mission statement and its relevance. Their mission is to create a movement that will eliminate child incarceration and racial inequities that are systematically in the justice system. Their mission is important because systemic racism is an issue that has been rooted in our government for generations, causing people of color to not have an equal representation and to be taken advantage of. On the right, on this graph right over here, it depicts the U.S. incarceration rate by race from 2010, and as you can see, African Americans were incarcerated at a rate 5 times greater than that of white people. In this video, you'll basically learn how the Gathering for Justice works and how they are trying to accomplish their mission and how they are impacting society. The Gathering for Justice impact. They have launched and assisted in launching many programs and organizations such as Radical Reads, A Day Without Black Women, and they have also hosted and taken part in many events to raise awareness such as Our Voice, Our Power, Defining Public Safety for Youth. And one of their most recent accomplishments was actually organizing a rally to garner attention and resources to address the COVID outbreaks in California's Department of Juvenile Justice. And through this rally, they were able to offer testing to 100% of the juveniles and managed to get 49% of them to get vaccinated in multiple DJJ facilities. Discussion. According to Fegan, African Americans have long been placed in the other group category, which basically just means that they're looked at differently, leading to them being constantly marginalized and taken advantage of. This treatment as the other group has long been ingrained into our government and subsequently the laws and policies. The Gathering for Justice organization's goal is to eliminate all traces of this other group label that has been infesting our government and to bring about equity for all people of color, thus getting rid of racial inequities. In conclusion, systematic racism is a problem deeply rooted in our society that has carried on from many generations ago, and it has greatly impacted today's people of color population, and if nothing is done, it will continue to do so. The Gathering for Justice organization is hoping to eliminate child incarceration, while also tackling racial inequity that is present in our justice system. They have conducted many movements and attempts to bring about awareness to issues plaguing POC communities and have brought about change in many of these communities. This is where the YouTube summary would be, the bibliography. Thank you and have a good day.